Good morning, everyone. Hey there. I said, you know what? Since I learned how to do this walking, okay, since I learned how to do the walking and talking, I'm like, let me do a little walking and talking today. Okay, so, oh, look at it's chilly out here. Shadow, Daddy's upset with you. You, okay, so, yeah, I'm thinking if I do it out here today, if I do, if I do it out here today, I won't be out that long. I won't be out here that long. It is a beautiful day. I have to honestly say, it is. It's kind of chilly, okay? I'm chilly, but it's beautiful. I did want to say, yesterday I had the best second best because my husband was the first best. But I had to say I had a great special guest. I had a very great special guest. My auntie Cookie. She's amazing. She is everything that I love in anybody. So that was fun and everything. Hey, Foxy. Y'all see my baby? Say hey, Foxy. There she go. Say hi, Foxy. Say hey there. You gonna say hi? Okay, so she said hi. Trust me, she said hi. William thinks she don't know how to talk. My baby know how to talk. He swearing down my baby don't know how to talk. She know how to talk. Let me cut this lights off. Okay, cut that light off. And let me close this door here. And let me sit down in my room. And one of my rooms, okay? I should have got all this fixed up before I came on. But I wanted to come on and, you know, so y'all can actually see me in my habitat as well. So you won't so it doesn't look as I'm trying to. I got on black and white, black and red. So I said, you know what? I pulled out one of my black and red wigs. So today I just want to talk about basically, you know, just being grateful. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday the chat with me and my auntie, it kind of set me up in the mood of being grateful, because yesterday I did plan a little get together and everything, and the get together was hopefully that that my parents could come and everything, and my auntie and my cousin, all them were second guess, second, to think of, and I got to, and I got to be totally honest. I have to be totally honest, because I did say if I come on here and I share, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything or anything like that. I'm going to be totally honest. Whether it's if even if it's something a lot of people don't understand, the relationship that I have with my parents. A lot of people don't understand that relationship. You know what I'm saying? It it can be toxic sometimes. It really can. So I'm trying to. When we moved here, it was like I said, it was a hard decision for me. But once we did move here and we decided we was going to move here, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to do everything I can in my power, to to not let that you know, toxicness, reach us, and everything, and not be a part of it. If I don't be a part of it, they can't be it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's what you think. If they ain't gonna be a part of it, I can't be it. You know what I'm saying? I can't call and just be toxic and they just say, okay, bye, talk to you later, hang up. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So I made the commitment that I'm not going to be, party to any of that. I'm just here, to assist when you need my assistance. You know what I'm saying? To be here. If you just want, just chill or something like that. And so we so we so we made this, decision, talk to him. Hey, William's going to do his spaghetti. His spaghetti is amazing. Thank God we have some more for today. Okay, but his and I made chicken with it. But I'm saying, but his spaghetti is amazing. And so our, plans were to have them over and, and just, spoil them with, everything. And see, and with me, I understand if, I'm saying, because guess what? I don't like leaving my house. 99.9% of the times, I prefer to just be at home. I really do. When I go out, I prefer to just be with my husband. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. My husband goes to tailgatings and stuff like that. I don't want to be bothered with, tailgating. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a people person, okay? That's why I'm looking for a part-time job where I can be people person, okay? But I'm saying, but all of that, said, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to, hang out over people's house, or or if it's not an agenda, whatever, what I'm saying? Because when we go out to my parents' house, we usually go out to their house because we need to fix something, we need to, straighten up something, whatever. And so, and they did come out here when we first moved out here for William's birthday and everything. They came over to the house. And one thing they know about my house is gonna be clean from top to bottom, honey. Okay, this is the only room that's messed up, and it's because William's clothes is everywhere. It's all piled together. It's neat, but I'm just saying, this is, and shit, the dog be in this room. Shadow, she be in this room. She loves this room. Okay, so the room is nice. All of our everywhere in our house is neat and clean and nice. But still, so we planned the situation, we planned it and everything. And so, last minute, they're like, oh, it came up with, a fictionary story. You know what I'm saying? And so, it came up with a story. And they was like, they couldn't show up. And and that's the thing. And I told Wood, don't make no tons of spaghetti. I said, because I told him, I said, don't make no damn tons of spaghetti because you don't know who's going to show up and who ain't. This is Michigan. This ain't like our friends in Salt Lake City. Our friends in Salt Lake City, when we made a date, we stuck with the date. You know what I'm saying? If it was a ton of snow, you know what I'm saying, we was going to get through it to get it. To get there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how people are there. People they are of their word there. The average person that I met out there in Salt Lake City was a person that if they said something, I could trust what they said. Here, I'm like, we don't know. They will, at the last minute, won't even call. And then you be sitting there waiting on them. Then you'll call them and be like, oh, I couldn't make it. It was, whatever. This is what they do. So I'm not looking to host many things, and I'm not looking to go to nobody's stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not. That's not what I'm here for. And it's a couple of people who I do want to get with, and it's a couple of cousins who I haven't seen. And oh my God, shoot, I'm almost 60, so almost 45 years. I'm close to 50 years, so I ain't seen in years, and their children, you know what I'm saying, and their children, because I have a cousin who I'm so crazy about on Instagram and Facebook and everything. I'm watching her journey. She has a journey. I want to, I do want to get with her, and when I get with her, I will most definitely have a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Because her journey is amazing. That I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I can't tell somebody else's story. But she's into health, and she, you know what I'm saying, and she is really, 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 you know, sharing her journey with everyone, and I am loving it. I'm loving to see, her transformation and everything, and with and people fail to realize is when you transform something that you find that you dislike, and you transform that into it could be your weight, it could be your setting, whatever. When you transform that, you start eating healthy, you start looking healthy, you start you start loving better, you know what I'm saying, all of this kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, and I'm seeing all of this in her. But and now that's a cousin who I genuinely, wholeheartedly want to just go do lunch or something. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, just something with, because I want to know her. You know how you see people on family on Facebook. You just, and you know them, but you don't know them, and I want to know her, and that's and it's only a few people that I want to really, really know. I want to know. I want to know her. I want to know her partner. I want to know the things that's great with them. Because I'm still in one of her ideals, because she took her mom to a candle making thing, and they went and made candles, had champagne. It looked so fun. I am stealing that. Okay, I am going to surprise somebody with that. Okay, I was hoping I could do it with my mother and everything, but what I'm saying, I'm gonna try, and if she can make it, it'd be great. But if she can't, I do want to have someone second in range that I would truly, truly do it. Auntie Cookie, something like that. Because Auntie Cookie would really love it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do stuff like that. And I could do it with William, because I do everything with William. But I'm saying, but I wanted, I seen the way her and her mother, enjoyed it, and I was like, oh my God, just kind of touched my heart. And I love candles, so I'm like, that would be cute. So it's a few things here that I want to experience, but it's a lot of things I don't. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here. I promise you. I am 99%, I'll say 98% of the time while we're here, I'm just going to be here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to find something to do, part-time and stuff like that. So I, just I get out the house sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And then when the summer comes, you know what I'm saying, I ain't, I still ain't, if we have family gatherings or something like that, I'm gonna show up, most definitely, because I'm here and everything. But I was thinking about it when I was thinking about with William that we were going to do. I'll be 60, he'll be 65, and we going to our 7th year wedding anniversary. And I was thinking I was going to just give a celebration, and renew our vows and do all of that. And then I sat up here and I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? To be totally honest, if I set something up like that, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. I'm not even gonna do it. It's not something that I want to do, because for one thing, we have a huge backyard, so we would do it in my backyard. Now I don't want people running in and out my house. I don't, because I'm a strong believer in, people's, energy, and people's energy, and if they selfish, or if they're jealous, and all that energy will be up in my house, and I can't. I can't have that energy. I'm not sage in this place again. I said again. You know what I mean. Okay. But no, but and it's a lot of things, that, like I said, back to being appreciative for. I truly appreciate my auntie and her, boyfriend, coming over and just, really enjoying their company, because he's really nice, and we truly enjoyed their company. You know, we's we's on a big screen watching me most of the time, but anytime when it's all the way when it's about me, I'm happy. Okay. And all of the dogs got along and everything. Shadow was in here. Shadow likes being by. She is getting to the point where she likes being by herself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let her be by herself. I'm not gonna try to force her to be, because she looking and she said, you know what, these other dogs, oh my God, my eye is kind of watery or something. And she's like, these other dogs don't like me. So guess what? I ain't got to be bothered with them. I could play by myself. She's her mommy's child. Okay, because her mommy's like that. Okay, they ain't got to like me. I'm good by myself. You see, I came up with creating content. Look at that. I am so it was so silly. And so anyway, so that's the appreciation. So I went on a job interview today. By the way, the last job interview I went on, I actually received the email saying that they went with someone else. Their loss. You know what I'm saying? And everything. And see, and the thing for me is, before I went, I was like, God, if this job for me, give it to me. If it isn't, you know what I'm saying? I understand. And then when I first, got the email, I was like, because it shocks me. It shocks me when I meet people and then they say they went with somebody else. That shocks me. That totally shocks me, because I'm like, you met me. You met me. Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? You met me. I'm saying, I can see if you was just reading, the resume or something and say, oh, we're just going to go with somebody who has a little bit more experience. But you actually met me and you actually talked to me and you still went with someone else. That kind of freaks me out sometimes. So it kind of bruised my ego a little bit too. But then I realized, and I said, okay, I told God if this job wasn't for me and everything, not to give it to me. So why am I upset? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't for me. I don't know what would happen or what situation would have been there, that it wouldn't have been pleasing for me. So I'm thankful for not getting it, but I was kind of shocked. And so with this job here, I told you when I told you about the two job interviews I had, I said that this job was a full-time. It's not. It's part-time. It's the exact same days, you know what I'm saying, that I would have been doing there. Only difference is, excuse me. Only difference is it would be during like 9 to 5 hours. It wouldn't be, because I'd be the front desk of a seniors complex and everything. So it wouldn't be like I would, it wouldn't be overnight. Kind of wish it was, but it wouldn't be. But and I told God, if it's for me, it's for me. If it's not, you went there, had an interview. It went super well. All my interviews go well because I sell me. Can't nobody sell me like me. You know what I'm saying? And so it went well and everything. And she said she's gonna let me know by Friday if I'm going to be able to go to the next step of the interview. And I asked her, what does that consist of, and everything. And she said that consists of they're giving you different tasks, on Excel to see that you know what you're doing on Excel and stuff. So I said, okay, so hopefully I'll hear back Friday. And if I hear back Friday, I'll go in Monday or Tuesday and do that. And then, I would do the background check. Oh, I would do the background check and all of that kind of stuff. So, if this is for me, and y'all hear me saying it, if this is for me, God, make it be for me. If it ain't, I am, because I'm going in here, and I thought about it while I was, riding back with William, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, baby? I said, instead of having on them job things full-time position, I'm gonna just put part-time, so they could just send me little notices of part-time jobs, because I want a full-time job. I really don't. I honestly don't, and I ain't even gonna play like I do. I don't. So hopefully I'll be doing that, and if I do that, I still be able to do my 5 days with you guys. I sure will, honey. And then doctor's appointments, and all of that would be be great, because it'll be Monday through Friday. I'll be going to work on Saturday and Sunday. The only thing though is that if it's like from 9 to 5 or something like that, I'll have to miss church. But see, that's what I liked about Utah too, because you could work on the weekends, and still something will be open with the church during the week. This church here, and I want to talk to the first lady. She is really, really super amazing, and I want to talk with her. About like when her husband's up there doing his his preaching and stuff. I could record it, and we could put it on, and we could make a YouTube channel for it. You know what I'm saying? And then a few members and stuff, we can share it, like it, and share it with people, and people can see. And then once people see just how well he preaches, because he preached darn good, okay? Once people see how well he preaches, they may start coming to the church, and our church can grow, because he was talking about church growing. And I think that would be, you know what, I'm gonna call her today, and I'm gonna see how she feel about that, because I think it would be amazing. I really do. So something to think about, and everything. So and everything. Right. And it'll grow our church, because out in Salt Lake City, the Point Church, they have every Sunday. Guess what it does? It notifies me, because I follow. It notifies me that the church has delivered they preaching and everything. So I think I'm gonna do that. See, talking to y'all, I come up with different ideas, and the crazy thing is, besides my husband and basically my auntie Cookie, y'all the only people I talk to. And I'm not lonely, Travis. I'm not lonely. It's full. My life is still full. And that's the thing. I am so grateful for everything, that's going on with me. I am so grateful. And excuse me, and not having to stress some of the small stuff, never really stressed it, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I had the where in the pit of your stomach you feel uncomfortable about situations and stuff like that. But I'm pretty good. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I really did. I just wanted to come in and do a quick, I think I'm doing a quick 25 minutes. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick 25 minutes with y'all, just to say hey and everything, and to just just show my appreciation. Here, walk around real quick. For what, I got like 20 more seconds. And everything I think I do, I got like 20. There go my baby. Woo! There's mommy's baby. It's those mommy's babies, huh? It's that mommy's baby. You have to say hi to mommy's baby. Come here, Foxy Roxy. Is that Mommy's baby? Shadow, you better stop. We better leave her alone. Okay, so those are Mommy's babies. Okay. And Mommy's hubby. Wave, hubby. That's my husband, y'all. Y'all have a great day. And thank y'all so much. Where's Mama's baby?